How is everyone today? Great. Well, good afternoon and welcome to O'Hare International Airport as we celebrate the opening of Runway 10C-28C. Yes, exactly. Not every day you open a runway. It is an honor and a privilege to be gathered here with so many distinguished guests whose leadership and support have moved this massive project of historic significance forward. I want to especially thank Mayor Emanuel, Senator Durbin, Congresswoman Duckworth, Alderman Zaleski, Alderman O'Connor, and all of the members of the Chicago City Council, Lester Crown, Jim Compton of United Airlines, and Franco Tedeschi of American Airlines. I also want to acknowledge the leadership and support of Senator Mark Kirk and Congressman Mike Quigley. The O'Hare Modernization Program has truly been a public-private partnership. In fact, we would not be here today without the support of President Obama, the United States, Department of Transportation Secretary, Secretary Fox, and of course, former Secretary Ray LaHood. The Federal Aviation Administration, our 52 airline partners, as well as the many labor, business, and civic leaders. On behalf of the Chicago Department of Aviation and Team OMP, I want to thank all of you for your leadership. Thank you. So today, we are making history again. The opening of Runway 10C will not only improve the efficiency of O'Hare, one of the nation's busiest airports, but it will improve the efficiency of the national aviation system from coast to coast. Runway 10C is the fourth major component of the OMP completed since 2008. In fact, no other major airport in the United States has built this much new runway infrastructure into the 21st century. Runway 10C also represents the final component of OMP Phase One. At a total cost of $3.2 billion, Mr. Mayor, I'm proud to say that this mega project of national significance has stayed on schedule and within budget. O'Hare's newest runway measures 10,800 feet in length and 200 feet in width. It is now the widest runway at O'Hare, and it's Chicago's first Group 6 capable runway, equipped to handle the largest aircraft flying today, such as the Boeing 747-8s and the Airbus A380. Runway 10C begins a new era in O'Hare's 50-year history. For the first time ever, air traffic will operate predominantly on an east-west configuration. This will greatly increase efficiency, safety, and capacity at O'Hare, as well as the national aviation system. And as demand grows, Runway 10C-28C will allow for nearly 90,000 additional annual flights. It's great sound. Yeah, great sound. So for the first time, air traffic will operate predominantly on an east-west configuration, and this will greatly increase the efficiency, safety, and capacity at O'Hare, as well as the national aviation system. And as demand grows, Runway 10C will allow for nearly 90,000 additional annual flights and can reduce delays by nearly 50%. The economic engine for the region, O'Hare's Runway 10C creates $4 billion in annual economic impact and nearly 50,000 jobs. Now, building Runway 10 Center was a tremendous task. Since construction began on the runway in 2006, O'Hare's airfield, South Airfield, has been completely transformed and improved. A total of 19 different enabling projects were completed. All of this occurred at one of the world's busiest airports without any impact to the airlines or the traveling public. And of course, innovative green initiatives were incorporated throughout every aspect of the program to help protect the environment. Its completion is a testament to the amazing can-do spirit of Team OMP. And I want to thank the dedicated and hardworking people. I want to thank all of the dedicated and hardworking people who contributed their time, effort, and expertise to construct this historic project. Many of them are here today. The planners, the designers, the engineers, the program managers, construction managers, contractors, FAA, city and CDA staff, and the thousands of men and women who worked so hard on this mega project. Again, let's give them all a round of applause. It is because of them that we're here celebrating today. Now, under Mayor Emanuel's leadership, I look forward to continuing to celebrate our progress as we continue to make Chicago's airports not only the busiest, but most importantly, the best in the world. And I thank all of you for being here with us on such a historic day. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Jim Compton, the Vice Chairman of United Airlines. Jim?
Good afternoon. Thank you and congratulations, Commissioner Adelino. Your leadership has been critical in getting us this far. I also want to thank and congratulate Mayor Emanuel. Mr. Mayor, your continued support of the business and aviation community is truly appreciated. I also want to recognize Senator Durbin, Congressman Duckworth, and all the other elected officials who are here today for their support throughout the modernization. It truly has been a team effort. This is a great day for Chicago and a great day for United Airlines. As a hometown airline, we have long been committed to an efficient modernization of O'Hare and the benefits it will bring not only to us, but importantly to our customers, our coworkers, and the city. On behalf of the more than 14,000 United employees who work in Chicago, we are excited about the continued improvements at O'Hare. All of us, whether flight attendants, pilots, customer service, baggage handlers, or passengers like myself, will benefit from the improved reliability. Mayor Emanuel, I don't have to tell you that just as cities compete, airport hubs compete. And this new runway helps ensure that O'Hare can remain a competitive global hub. You know, the partnership between the airlines and the city has been critical to the success of the modernization program. And we continue to see the benefits of that partnership today. United's recent approval of the $92 million taxiway Lima-Lima project, $78 million of which is funded by the airlines, is a great example of our continued commitment to sound infrastructure investment at O'Hare and into the future. In total, the airlines at O'Hare have now invested more than $2.2 billion in the modernization program. As one of our largest hubs, O'Hare plays a critical role for United. We bring thousands of customers in and from Chicago every day, and many more thousands of people every day connect through O'Hare. At United, we're continually focused on improving our operational performance, and the new runway will make O'Hare even more operationally efficient than it is today. And that will improve the travel experience for the people of visiting Chicago or connecting here on their way to other cities in the US or internationally. having an efficient airport is even more critical in this current economic times. Reducing delays saves money for the airlines and for their passengers. Thank you for having us here today. Thank you.
And now I'd like to welcome to the podium the Vice President of American Airlines in Chicago, Franco Tedeschi. Thank you, Franco.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioner Andolino, elected officials, it is my pleasure to be with you today, and what a terrific day it is. I extend my warm greetings on behalf of the American Airlines American Eagle employees today. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to all of those that have made today possible, our vendors, our contractors, and certainly the Department of Aviation employees. I also want to tell you a little bit about my arrival in Chicago 3 years ago. Asked me to look at the history books, and as I went through the history books, I learned a little bit about Chicago and O'Hare. And I discovered that before 1942, the federal government had leased the property that we now know as O'Hare to the Douglas Aircraft Corporation. And in June of 1942, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers constructed what was then called the Chicago Aircraft Assembly Plant, which was then considered the largest aircraft manufacturing facility in the world. The facility had 9 buildings, a hangar, barracks, and a cafeteria. It also had 4 runways, 5,500 feet in length, about 150 feet wide, and 15 inches of thick concrete covered the runway surface and structure. By 1945, World War II having ended, the facility closed, and the federal government owned the land, which was then conveyed to the city in 1946. In 1949, the airport that we all love became known as O'Hare. O'Hare has long been a key asset in the nation's air transportation system. For decades, it was the world's busiest airport, handling freight and mail, many customers and passengers. But as the operations grew, so grew delays, which threatened our ability to become efficient and more successful. By 1991, delays were having such a detrimental factor on the airport that a Chicago Delay Task Force was convened. That task force was focused on representatives of the FAA, the City of Chicago, and the airlines. The goal was to work together to find ways to meet the demands for air travel and reduce delays. The Delays Task Force came up with a series of recommendations. Today, as we open Runway 10 Center, we are commissioning one of those outcomes from the commissioning of 10 Center. So on behalf of those 9,500 employees that make Chicago home, we extend our thanks to all involved and our continued success to all of us here in Chicago. Thank you.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you one of the original authors of the OMP, Mr. Lester Crown.
What a wonderful crowd. You know, it's raining today, but the last time we dedicated a runway, it was absolutely freezing and it was done outside. Now, you know, with the numerous really critical problems in our nation, hopefully they solved one of them in Washington last night, then in our state and throughout the world, it really warms the cockles of our heart to celebrate a wonderful accomplishment. The successful completion of Phase One of the O'Hare Modernization Program within reasonable time and really on budget is remarkable, especially for this project started over 10 years ago. And as Rosie said, it is great for Chicago, and it's really great for the entire aviation system in the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, really the complexity of this project is absolutely staggering. There are many people, many organizations that all cooperated beautifully and made major contributions to make this a reality. The mayor's office, Senator Durbin, American United, and really so many others. I don't think people really realize the complexity of what's under the ground here after you just come out and see concrete and buildings. There really are far too many to name, but the quarterback who executed the plan and really deserves the most credit is Rosie Andolino. And as you heard, she did this while running one of the two largest airports in the United States. So now after this, after the completion of 2A, which is the next step, will be another giant step forward and for the benefit of Chicago and for the nation. Really, thank you all for being here today, and thank you for all of your participation.
Thank you, Mr. Crown. Now please join me in welcoming the Chairman of the Aviation Committee and the Alderman of the 23rd Ward, Chairman Michael Zaleski. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'll be very brief. Senator, Congressman, we are happy you are here with us today and not back in the Capitol, and happy that, yeah, very happy. Mayor, it's always good to see you, and I'm so honored to be joined by so many members of the City Council and the state legislature. We as elected officials realize just how important it is to keep O'Hare moving forward, make sure it's a better economic engine than it is right now, and to have everybody here to celebrate the opening of this new runway is so very important. Commissioner, I'll just end by making sure that I echo Mr. Crown's sentiments. Your team, not only here at Aviation, at OMP, are top of the line. We realize that, and we just want to congratulate you on making sure that this happened and we keep moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Team OMP. And now a big round of applause for a true American hero in the Congressman Tammy Duckworth.
Thank you. Well, it is so good to be home. I just landed and just drove around from the other side of the airport. With all the gridlock that happened in Washington, it's really great to be home where stuff is actually getting done. So this is fantastic. Absolutely. I just wanted to mention the shutdown briefly, just to thank all the federal employees, the FAA employees, and all the people who kept our passengers and cargo moving safely, and thank you for staying on the job. This runway is the product of public-private partnership, something that is being used now for the Elgin O'Hare Expressway, and I'm hoping, I say this to the mayor every time I see him, Western access. Mr. Mayor, I've got the North America's largest industrial park is in Elk Grove Village, just on the other side of the fence, and we would love that Western access. So public-private partnership is something that is going to help us move forward its economic development. At a time of budgetary constraints, this is the way that we can actually bring economic development back to our communities and for our corporations. I want to thank the mayor, Governor Quinn, Senator Durbin, and so many members of our congressional delegation for making today possible. I hope that we're going to continue to work together on many other Illinois infrastructure projects. We've got some rail lines that need to go in, roads that need to be modernized. We should be the engine of our nation's economy right here in the Chicagoland area. We can do it together with public-private partnerships, with government and industry working together. While addressing the concerns of all of our citizens, we can make this happen. I also want to just end by thanking former Mayor of Arlington Heights, Arlene Mulder, the chairwoman of the ONCC, for working with us to address the concerns of our residents and the hard work that you put in for us. It's so great to be home. I'm looking forward to all the new jobs this is going to create, all the industry that this is going to help, and onward to the future and Western access. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Duckworth. Now join me in welcoming one of O'Hare's biggest champions, Assistant Senate Majority Leader, Senator Richard Durbin.
Thank you so much, Rosie. Like Congresswoman Duckworth, it is great to be home in Chicago. It's great to be anywhere other than Washington, D.C. I was with the mayor earlier and a few others at the opening of the Red Line, and I said we look outside. The sun is starting to come out, but it started off as kind of a dreary, overcast, rainy, chilly day. But in my eyes, it's a glorious day, because what we are doing here, we are saying that the future of America is not in shutting things down, but opening things up. And the future of America is in believing in the good men and women who go to work today in every federal agency to make this a stronger nation. Give them a round of applause. They're back at work. I want to give a special shout out to a personal friend who has made a lifetime commitment to developing this region and this economy, a strong business leader, a strong person, and a great friend, Lester Crown. Lester, thank you. When Anthony Fox took over as Secretary of Transportation, he came to my office. He's, of course, following the great Ray LaHood, who played such a key role in making this possible. And I said to Secretary Fox, never forget your president's home state. And he is not. What we have to keep in mind here is the historic importance of this project. The Department of Transportation in Washington, D.C. has made the largest federal funding commitment to any airport reconstruction project in history, right here in Chicago, the hub of our national transportation network. We have more work to do. We'll do it together. And as we gather today to announce the opening of this new runway, more efficiency and more safety, let us also remember, as we struggle before these microphones, we are also committed to noise abatement. We have made major investments in the past. We will continue to make major investments to maintain the quality of life for the families and businesses and schools in and around the O'Hare Airport. Working together, we are going to create a stronger economic engine to create better jobs. The last word I have is this. I'm fortunate to be part of a generation of leadership that includes Governor Quinn, includes Mayor Emanuel, and many other elected officials who are here. We believe that we have to leave a legacy for the next generation, a commitment to infrastructure, not just living off of yesterday's determination, yesterday's investment, yesterday's vision. Let us have our own commitment to the future. The future of O'Hare is the future of Illinois and the future of America. Thank you.
A man who needs no introduction, the mayor of the most American of American cities, a mayor who believes in investing in our infrastructure, the mayor of the city of Chicago, Mayor Rahm Emanuel. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Rosie. Thank you to everybody that's here on the stage. I also, two people I want to give a shout out that aren't here with us. To my predecessor, Mayor Daley, who also saw the vision to make this happen. And Secretary Ray LaHood, who also has been noted, though, has been a major contributor to make this happen. Around 50 years. And before I get to my remarks, I will say this. We talk about Secretary Fox today. When he just got nominated, I called him and he said, I just hung up with Senator Durbin. I said, I know. I said, we got one word for you, O'Hare. 50 years ago, John F. Kennedy came to open up O'Hare Airport. He said, this is an extraordinary airport, an extraordinary city, and it could be classed as one of the wonders of the modern world. That is true today as it was 50 years ago. As Senator Durbin and the others who are aldermen also were with us opening the Red Line South, a total reconstruction, the largest reconstruction in the history of the city, 10 miles, all new stations and build, on time, on budget. This runway, on time, on budget. And when we say building a new Chicago, we mean building a new Chicago. So whether it's taking a family from the South Side to their job, they're going to do it on time. Whether it means taking a person to anywhere in the United States or anywhere in the world, daily and directly, on time, weather permitting. Chicago, when President Kennedy opened up O'Hare, was at the crossroads of the nation. With this runway, Chicago and O'Hare stands at the crossroads of the world. We are literally, just this week was noted as the most connected city, most connected airport, and most connected city, therefore, to any place in the world or anywhere in the country. Our airport beats any other airport. You can get anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country, directly from the city of Chicago, which is why continuously, in the last 2 years, 21 companies have moved their offices and expanded here in the city of Chicago. We have a world-class workforce, second to none. We have a world-class transportation, second to none. We have this is church now. We have world-class city, second to none. And with this runway, the world's coming to Chicago, and Chicago's coming to your house. Also, the city of Chicago carries more air cargo traffic than any other airport to China and from the United States than any other airport. It literally shows what an economic engine it is and can be. And it does stand out today what we've done. And it does stand in a stark reminder and contrast to what happened to Washington the last 2 weeks. And Senator Durbin and Tammy have both, and Congressman Duckworth have both talked about this. This is an example, public-private partnership. When you focus on getting the goal, opening an airport, all the business opportunities that happen, opening a line and rehabilitating the Red Line South, moving people, goods, and services. It is why The Economist magazine, after they surveyed 150 cities worldwide, looked at them all. Only one city in all of North America moved into the top 10 rankings for world economic competitiveness, and it was the city of Chicago. And they cited 3 basic facts. One, we have a highly educated, highly skilled workforce, or as I like to say, world class. We have a highly modern transportation system that moves goods and services most efficiently than any other city. And we have a public and private sector in a world-class business climate, second to none. And if we keep doing what we're going to do, Chicago is on the move, just like its commuters and its citizens. Thank you, and all of you, congratulations on this great day.